Good morning, my fellow Phoenix people. Good morning. I just felt inspired to do a video this morning. It's what time is it? 6:30. My cats wake me up really early because they want food, especially the black one, the little one, as he's known. This is funny meow. It's like a sledgehammer effect. Ow, ow. You know, and if I don't get up straight away and feed him, he just gets louder and louder and louder, so I just have to get up and feed him, you know. So he's had his salmon now and he's happy and he's back in bed. Yeah, it's alright for some, isn't it? Anyway, so in my last video, I talk about being a warrior of the light, you know, and I was sort of thinking and feeling about that, because actually feeling, what's been coming up a lot here is that we are so in our head, aren't we? We're so in our heads, it's just mental. Sorry, I'm just going to grab my coffee here. And you know, the mind is not our friend. There is a part of our mind that is aligned with our intuition, you know, and it is supportive and loving and warm, and it's with us. But there's this other part of our minds which is schismed of, as it were, schismed. Again, is that even a word? Who knows? Doesn't matter. I think you know what I mean. And it is always against us. It's full of self-doubt. It's full of blame. It's full of guilt. It's full of shame. It's full of all this crap. This I call the shadow, you know, the shadow mind. You know, and part of that mind's way of thinking is all kind of about the false self, that which we want to believe ourselves to be, as opposed to what we actually are underneath all the crap. It wants us to think we're, well, that we have to be, rather, that we have to be really strong and really intelligent and really beautiful, whatever that means. That we have to be something that is not really our true self, you know, because when you really get to the deeper levels of the awakening, and you have shed layer after layer after layer, you get to the point where you realize that, you know, you're not that type of strong, you're not that type of courageous, you're not that type of intelligence. Because in this system world, intelligence is cold, it's rational, it has no feeling, it has no intuition. It's callous, cold, crappy intelligence. You know, the intelligence that you see among scientists when they claim that, well, everything is known, all is known, there's nothing left to be discovered, or when they come out with ridiculous statements that have absolutely no basis in fact whatsoever. You know, it's all religion, the same thing, you know, this is how it is, God is real, God is watching you, and it's a kind of, I know, polar opposites, right, science and religion, but really they serve the same master at the end of the day. It's all about control. But anyway, that's by the by. You know, we are not what the system wants us to believe we are, because that is not real. It isn't real. What we are, especially now at this moment in time, going through this great awakening, you know, in this purging state, is vulnerable, fragile, you know, but very, very fragile people. You know, we're in great pain, sorrow, grief, self-doubt. Where is this going? Is this going anywhere? I'm suffering so much. I feel so awful in mind, in body, in spirit. Trust. How do I trust? You know, when you've been through a lot in life, when you've suffered abuse, when you've suffered manipulation, when you've been through ordeals, my God, you know, trust is a major issue for a lot of people. In fact, probably for everybody, whether they admit to it or not, because we've been so wounded. So, loving yourself is about the willingness to accept yourself as you find yourself in truth. Fragility, frailty, vulnerability, feeling small. Because a symbol came up in the night in my dream, and I saw the image of a sparrow. The sparrow, the tiny lovely little birds. And it said sparrow, the most humble of birds. And it is. It's just brown and grey and small, and nobody pays any attention to a sparrow. Yet, when I looked it up online, it was all about self-love. How it's okay to be small. It's okay to be plain. It's okay to be what you are right now, how you feel right now. Because of course, underneath all the crap lies your true beauty, your true radiance. But it is not the radiance of brutal strength or force. And being a warrior of the light is all about getting real with yourself, because we are warriors of the heart. Yes, we are warriors of love. We are our swords, our weapons are forged from love. Love is the most powerful energy, if you want to call it that. It truly is. And we are warriors of love. And for that we have to get real with ourselves. We have to stop pretending we are something that we're not, because we're afraid it's not okay to be in this feeling of fear of, just being real with our feelings, being real. For this to happen, and for us to accept ourselves as we are, and that includes this fear but I have to be powerful, I have to be strong, I have to be in control, because otherwise I'm not going to be okay. This shows, that deep wounds when it comes to trust. And so it requires a leap of faith to say, you know what, I feel all of this. I feel broken and deeply wounded, and I feel like a little child, and I want my mummy. Yeah. So how can I be a warrior? How can that be? I'm just weak, and therefore I'm powerless. But you see, if you look at little sparrows, they actually thrive, they do very, very well. First of all, because yes, there's a lot of them and they tend to stick together, meaning that we need to look for the others as well. We need to try and support one another, not rescue one another, not judge one another, not say, oh, you're not as spiritually developed as I am. That's all bullshit. But to accept one another where we are at, because we accept ourselves where we are at as well. And so we have this commonality here of, hey guys, we're all doing this, to the best of our ability. Of course, Spirit is doing it through us more than anything, but I always tend to ramble, just a bit like a bird, hop, hop, hop over all the branches of the tree. But it is so important to remember, let go of the false self, all these notions of who you're supposed to be, because that's bullshit. Get in tune with who you really are at the moment, which is a temporary state of being, because you're healing, so you're going to feel small, afraid, weak, like a child, and that is exactly right. That's where you're meant to be at. That's what you're meant to feel. That's what you're meant to embrace and love. Be a warrior of the light is not bombastic, is not controlling. A warrior of the light is a warrior of love, a warrior from the heart. So true strength lies in embracing all of yourself. That is what healing is. Love. Only love can heal you now. And to remember that strange as it may seem, after having lived in this world, true strength, true power comes from love and from accepting yourself, where you find yourself right now, you know, and to trust, to take that leap of faith, which brings me back to the mind. The mind doesn't want you to let go. It wants to do a constant risk assessment. It runs this constant risk assessment operation. It wants to worry and agonize about what might happen. It tells you that you're not safe and that you can't let go because terrible things will happen. You need to worry, you need to wonder about, what's going to happen? How can I avoid this? And it's draining you and siphoning off precious energy. So learn to detach from that as much as you can. Go within, find your center. It's there, you see, you can feel it. And breathe. And breathe, you know, keep breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. And just detach from all that. Yes? And then tune into that center of yourself. Tune into that. Okay, I'm letting go. It's safe. It truly is safe to let go. And to know, to set this intention that you're going to trust, you're going to surrender, you're going to let all that mind's insanity go. Now this takes practice, so keep doing that. You know, just keep doing that. I'm doing that as well. And just be with that inner quietness, that inner, okay, it's alright, it's safe to let go. That really is where the true battle lies. A true warrior of the light, you know, lets go, surrenders, because we know it isn't us that has to. We do not have to make this happen. We have to make it happen. We have to make it happen. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. It works through letting go and surrendering, and it's about trust. Let the Great Mother nurture you. Allow her to come in and nurture your broken, wounded spirit. Because that is what we need. We need love. It is all about love, and love is the only power here that is going to set things right. The power of love is everything. I know this. And letting go and surrendering into the embrace of the Great Mother is what it's all about now. Trust is very hard, very, very hard, yet if we take it baby steps, yes, baby steps, little step at a time, and keep coming back to that. So you slip into that, you know, the mind, right? The worrying, the agonizing, and how awful it makes you feel, you know, I've done it again, no worries. Step back, keep stepping back, okay? If you're at a place in your life where you don't know where you're going, you don't know what you're doing, and you feel small, vulnerable and fragile, then that's okay. My God, that's fine. Be with that. It's fine, you know? You deserve to be loved and to be in the flow. And to be in the flow, we have to let go of this mind crap, because it really doesn't serve us, you know. There's this beautiful, loving silence beyond the insanity of the mind. It's safe to go to that place. It truly is. Being a warrior means practicing that. We are warriors of love, warriors of light, you know. When we continue to do that, again and again, we get better at it, you know, and it will shift our consciousness into emergence of our true self, our true radiance and our true power. It will manifest as miracles, miracles of physical healing, miracles of reset in your life, in your circumstances, you know, in your relationships, your friendships, your financial situation. Because control comes from fear, and no good will come of that at all, you know, no good at all. So practice stepping away, and just be gentle with yourself, and look at the other people around you and be gentle with them, because, you know, they're all doing the best they can. Well, for the most part, you know, they are. It's tough. It's tough at the moment, people, you know, it is very tough, but I always say it gets darkest before dawn. We're going somewhere with this, I can feel it coming. And if you want to manifest healing, true healing, and not just emotional, mental healing, but healing of your bodies, healing of your circumstances, finding your true purpose and your destiny, we need to step away from this incessant, insane mind crap. It's putrid. And to find that silence, and to allow the Great Mother to love us and to hold us close, because we are protected, we are safe, and all will be well, you know. I guess that's it for today. Yeah. You know, love yourselves.